And welcome to Be So Light. Look how pretty this paper is. Do you like this? I love it. That's pretty. You can find this paper at Michael's. And this is going to be the next part of your gratitude. So we're in day 2. Look at this. Now, I know a lot of you know what paper is and can go through and look at all the different ones. Okay. So I went ahead and got green paper. I had 2 of these. This was just so pretty. This looks like the universe. So this is how creative you're going to get. All right. So you already have the vision. So you already kind of wrote out everything of how you're seeing what it is that you desire to have. Okay. Welcome to Be So Light. My name is Felicia, as well as Niana, as well as Priestess Makala or Michaela, however you choose to pronounce it. So one of the things I wanted to really have you think about is when you are going into that space and you're really trying to say, okay, I'm connected to this and I feel this is what I want and this is what I'm feeling, blah, 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 whatever it is. And you're writing it out, you're feeling like you already have it. You feel that sensation. You're saying to yourself, okay, I already have it. Just keep that alignment, okay, as you keep that alignment. So, what I did, I took this because this looks like the universe, right? And I just wrote. Now, you can get precise if you're going to use black ink, blue ink, purple ink, whatever it is, green, depends on what your intention is. Here is a good question. Everybody here in the group that comes in, what does the color green represent? That's a good pop quiz question right here. What is green for? Those of you that are really divinely magical, leave it in the comments, please. Thank you. So, this is the cosmos. And then I have this one for something else I'm going to use it for. Okay. This is like, for me, this is called paper magic, you know. So after you write it out in your journal, you kind of get a feel for it. Then you can take pretty paper and write the whole intention. Now you're just really going to feel into it. Now you're going to write how you feel about it. Da, 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 da. You can really write it in. After you write it in, you take an envelope. I went so far as putting the name of the company on my note that they are the ones that sent me the letter of what I'm looking for and that they have the perfect ideal item. So I wrote it out as though they sent me this letter of congratulations, you have just received this, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you what you got. Let me tell you what it looks like, blah, 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 blah. So it fits all your needs. It has everything that you're looking for. This is so da 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 da. And I feel like this just fits you. Da, 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 da. Or you can just take it from a point of view of your higher self giving it to you or the universe. So I use like the universe saying that this is what they're bringing to me. And then I put the company name of something in there. Okay. Folded it up, took an envelope, and I used a stamper. I used the fleur de lis stamp because that's what I like to use. I put a fleur de lis in purple color on my envelope. And then I put a stamp on it, but I wrote it where it needed to come back to me. Okay, so it's just going to go to the post office, get stamped, and come right back. All right. Then I'll go through the whole energetic enactment of, oh, wow, look at this. They got like I just got this information from the divine sending me exactly what I've been looking for. Okay, it's just a game. We're just having fun, but it's going to turn out to be real because you're aligning yourself with it. That's the whole fun, magical part about it. You're making it up. Your mind does not know the difference. Okay, your subconscious mind won't know the difference. It only will pay attention to it if you're telling it something negative, and then it'll keep that. Okay, for instance, if you're going through a healing, it is not in your best, highest interest to take everything that the doctors are saying, physical therapists is saying, and noting that in your head. Because what's happening, you are limiting yourself on their book knowledge of what they say, how you're going to heal. Okay. What do you say, how you're going to heal? How fast do you choose to heal? That's the difference. So when I work with people and I hear that lingo, I literally go through in my mind, when I see it, I go delete, 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 delete. I'm deleting what that person's thinking. Because in order for someone to manifest the exact outcome that they want, you have to be very clear and precise in your lingo. If you are coming from a place of, I don't have any money, I'm broke, delete, delete, delete. You keep saying that, the universe mirrors it back to you and says, you're right, you're right, you're right, you don't. And then you're wondering why nothing's moving. So it's getting rid of these consciousness beliefs so you can stop attracting them, and getting rid of the resistance energy that you have against receiving. Okay. The resistance energy, getting rid of that. So if you can go into the self and sit with the self and say, what are my resistance? What is my resistance? What is my fear based on if I was to have this? What would it feel like? Okay. What's your resistance? What are you resisting to have this? What's your fear that's getting in the way? Okay. So, just for future reference, if you do get the green, this green is going to be used for, what do you think I'm going to use this green for? What are the possibilities? What is green aventurine for? What's the green for? Anybody? I know what it's for, and I know how I'm going to be using it. But do you know what the green is for? And if you do, please put it in the comments, because this is the same technique. Once you know what the green represents, you write it all on there as though you already have it. And then you do the mail box express again, messaging. Seal it up in an envelope, mail it back to yourself. Okay. And it has to be in a way of, you just received this in the mail. And it's such a surprise to you and it feels so good to you. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It has to feel like that. Okay. That's what it has to feel like. It cannot feel like you're just reading some book with a novel and you're just going through the chapters. It can't feel like that. It has to feel exciting. It has to feel so good, because what happens, your whole body gets the chemical response to it. It gets all in your cells. And then you start emanating that energy. You start magnetizing it. Okay, we already had our 10-day buildup. So now you're going to be magnetizing this energy. That's what you're doing. So to add a little something, something to the punch, I went ahead, because today is what? Love Day, or Valentine's Day. I just call it a love day. So I went ahead and got my candle, 7-day candle. I'm going to put my prayers into it. Intentions. I should say my words of intention, my words of creation, my divine Heka energy into it. There, that's better. And I'm putting that in there because those words are in an alignment with what I'm creating. Okay. Because I'm not going to beg for it. I'm not going pleading. I'm not doing any of that. I already know I have it. I'm just aligning myself with it. This is the hardest part for all of us, especially if you're a light worker, to convince yourself that you have it. Here's the trick. You can convince yourself that you have some kind of illness, right? So what's the difference with this? How many people walk around and say, "Oh, I just know I'm going to get sick. I just know it. I just know," and you end up sick. What's the difference? It's the words. It's the intention and the energy behind the words. So, this is what you do, and this is how you handle it. So, this one is yellow and then the green at the bottom. What's the green for, everybody? Why did I get that? Why am I using that? Hmm? Why? Think about it. All right. All right. That's the teaching for today. Happy Love Day to you and happy Gratitude Day too for you. Remember, this is a 30-day challenge. So if you're seeing this and you're like, "Oh, it's already started," don't panic. Just jump on board. Just add an extra 2 days to when you hopped on so that you're not missing anything. You're just add an extra 2 days. That's all. Because if you missed yesterday and you came on today, you're just adding 1 day. If you just came in on tomorrow and you see day 1 and day 2, but you're watching from tomorrow, then you're going to add 2 days on to get your complete 30-day energy in. That means when you do that, if you decide to be a part of the 10-day wave energy, galactic energy again, where we go through that journey, you're going to just overlap over that and it's going to tie even tighter into that 10-day. We already did our first 10 days. So now we're adding this on to it, getting into that art of manifestation, alignment. Manifestation is not the whole kit and caboodle. It's the alignment that we're looking for. It is the breaking down the resistance of having it. So tomorrow, if you're watching this today, tomorrow I'm going to leave the codes of energy that helps you to move out resistance energy so that you can move into a more positive, aligned energy. A lot of people have resistant energy and don't even know it because they go along with what others are telling them what a belief is. And if you can just say, "Nope, that's not for me." It's the same thing when I told the story when my car broke down. This was like years and years ago. Delete, delete, delete. I had a Ford, and when it finally went on its last leg, I'm sitting out in the car with a friend, and I said, "I just need a car that can get me from A to B. Somebody's just going to give it to me. It's sitting around somewhere on their property in a garage somewhere, and they're not even using it." And this friend of mine says to me, "Oh, I don't know anybody who's going to do something like that." And I go, "Ah, that's your thought process. That's your world of what you're thinking. That's not a part of my thing. That's not my manifestation. I just put it out there and I spoke the words and it's going to be." That's how you do this. And boom, it wasn't even 48 hours. I get a call the next day from a friend out of nowhere talking about, "Hey, how's it going? How you doing?" And I said, "Yeah, my car just broke." "Really? Well, this is interesting. You remember that car that you guys used to drive in and going to school for nursing, blah, blah, blah. We still have that car. Would you like to have it? All I have to do is put a battery in it and put new tires on it, da 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 da. And then we can put your name on it." I said, "How much do you want for it?" Respectfully, you've done so much for us. We don't want anything for it. Let us just give it to you. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right. All right. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. So go to it. Go to Michael's. Go get your paper. Anything that's screaming out at you, get it. Make it all pretty and nice. And write it as though it's so good. It feels so good to you. Just write it like that. All right, lovelies. And say it like you mean it. Command it so. You know, more stories tomorrow. Bye.